Hey everyone, I thought I'd start off this week by letting you all know that I switched the springs in my Yushin 6x6 long before I even uploaded the video, so you don't have to keep telling me that I need to do that. Do you think all the new 3x3's coming out are overhyped or overrated? Not really, and they're only overhyped by people in the community, not by the companies. Companies like to generate some hype and awareness for their cubes because they want to sell their cubes and make a profit. But I feel that some people take it way out of context and are saying this cube looks like it's going to be great, and you can't really say a cube looks like it's going to be great because some mechanisms, the slightest difference will cause a tremendous difference in performance of the cube. Before the Moyu Dienma came out, some people thought the larger corners were going to make for easier turning. We all saw how that one turned out. What method do you use for 4x4, and what do you think of Hoya for 5x5 and up? I use Hoya for 4x4. I made a video explaining this, and I never uploaded it because I didn't know if people would like it, and I didn't want to put out something that people wouldn't like. But basically it was a long video of me talking about 4x4 and how I had come to using Hoya and troubles I had had with getting faster at 4x4. But moving on to 5x5 and up, this is two very different things. 5x5 Hoya works pretty well, I think. I tried for, about half an hour or so to use Hoya on 5x5, and my averages were about 1:32 seconds. And at the time, this was only about 5 seconds slower than my average. So I definitely think that there is plenty of potential for Hoya on 5x5, but on 6x6 and up beyond that, I really don't think it's practical to use it. What happened to Mike Huey? Is he going to come back? Mike Huey has some children, and so being that he has children, he was very busy. And when you get very busy, he decided to kind of take a step back. Now, I imagine he'll be back. I'm not going to speculate on when, but I sure do hope he comes back eventually because he's a very nice part of the cubing community. What are your goals in terms of speed in your WCA puzzles? Pretty much just get faster and continue beating my personal bests officially. If you and I can make it to Michigan 2016, can I race you in 2x2? Sure, why not? But who knows if I'll bring a 2x2 with me, because I don't solve 2x2. But by all means, feel free to beat me in any race you'd like. I work too much. I don't have time to practice for my next competition. What do? Don't sleep? You quit your job? I'm not really sure. I feel it's necessary for me to mention that I was joking just there, and you shouldn't quit your job for cubing, kids. I guess it wouldn't really be the kids that have the jobs. Maybe some kids do have jobs, I don't really know. Can you please host a comp in Illinois? I can't find one within 4 hours from my house. Here's the thing, I get many requests to host competitions in different locations from where I live, and so do many other people. But you have to understand that for an organizer, for it to be worth their while, you would have to basically pay for all of their expenses to get there, because it would be quite an ordeal for me to organize a competition somewhere far away from where I live. Do your parents get cubes for you? No, I've said this many times over many years. My parents haven't really bought me very many cubes. It's under 10, actually. I've bought all of my own cubes myself. I've worked for them. I've gotten them through sponsorships, winning them at competitions. Do you have a silver, purple, or black GameCube? I don't actually have any GameCube. My friends had one, and that was like the only console I ever played on until they got a Wii. I also have a pet snake. Do you have any type of king snake? I have an Eastern king snake, by the way. I keep several different species of Lamprepelti, which are very, very similar to king snakes. These are called milk snakes commonly, but they're essentially the same thing as a king snake. They range in similar areas. Their behaviors are all very, very similar. They even have almost the exact same color as some types of king snakes. It's just, who knows why, but some of the classifications are a little bit different, and You know, some of them are called king snakes and some are called milk snakes, but they're pretty much the same thing. I have 7 milk snakes, I believe, and I keep the Honduran, the Nelsons, and the Pueblan. Remember Moose Jam? I actually do, and in fact, the next question comes from the person who commented Moose Jam originally. Do you think you'll ever move out of Wisconsin? If so, where to? I imagine I probably will eventually, maybe not forever, maybe forever, I don't really know. I imagine it would be west of here, because anything east of here, not ideal, I guess. More expensive living. Out west is very cool, lots of mountains. There's mountains out east, but not as many. So that's all the questions I have time for this week. If you'd like to ask me a question, leave it in a comment below. I also forgot to turn the air conditioner off, so we get to listen to that today. It's so loud and very cold.